I'm at CABSAT on the opening morning of the show with James Gilbert, CEO of Pixel Power, now a Rohde Schwarz company.
Yes, exciting news for us. Back in November we were acquired by Rohde Schwarz, and we've been working with them over the past few months to start to work on integration. But we're very much keeping our own identity, keeping our own relationships with our customers and maintaining our own independent sales force. But we now have a big 2.4 billion euro company behind us, which gives us access to bigger projects and a wider sales network. So it's very exciting for us. I have different worries now, but they're good things to be worrying about. Is how do we scale the business and how do we grow? So it's a very positive start to our relationship with Rohde Schwarz.
Great, and I guess the fit's a good one because there's very little product overlap, is that right?
Exactly. We are very much in broadcast and playout, master control and graphics. Rohde Schwarz are known for transmitters, for monitoring, and also for the Clipster product for content capture and creation. So it's very complementary product lines. And actually the philosophy of the companies is very similar, although we're widely different sizes. Rohde Schwarz are an engineering-led company. They're a family-owned business, just as we are. So it's a very good fit.
Excellent. And I know, obviously, we're here in the Middle East, and I know that the Middle East has been an important market for Pixel Power for some time.
Absolutely, yes. We opened our office here about 10 years ago in Studio City. And to make our commitment to the market, we didn't start with a salesperson in the office. We started with a sport person, Imad Baja, who's still with us today. And he was joined by Faisal just over a year ago. So we've been giving that commitment to the market for 10 years with the sport team. And this year, for the first time, we've actually hired a local salesperson. So we now have a full-time salesperson, Mark Barkey, who joined us a couple of weeks ago. And he's well known in the region. He's been living here for a long time. So we're starting to ramp up our presence here. But our commitment is long-term to the market. I've been coming to CABSAT personally for over 13 years now. And we believe there's a great potential in the Middle East region as a whole, as well as in, obviously, Dubai.
Excellent. And CABSAT this year specifically, what kind of new products and services are you bringing into the market now?
So I think we've been known historically in the Middle East market for our graphics, but now we are offering very much the complete end-to-end linear playout chain. So we can offer channel-in-a-box solutions that can be software-defined, they can run on-premise or in the public cloud, and this really opens up new opportunities for broadcasters in the region to provide lower-cost channels, to deliver special event pop-up channels with OpEx-based pricing models. We also have a new graphics product, StreamMaster Produce, which we're showing here for the first time, and this enables companies to have multi-user, multi-channel graphics for studio production, news, sports, OB, and other specialist graphics applications. So that's reinforcing our graphics heritage. For 30 years we've been doing graphics, but also the master control and playout side of the business is where we see the future growth, particularly in this region. There's some great opportunities and projects that we're looking at right now.
And globally the trend is to move towards IP. How have you adapted with that?
So IP is obviously an important prerequisite, but I think the key thing is to move to a software-defined solutions that can be virtualized, and then that gives you the flexible deployment models. You can have it on-premise in a bare metal server, or you can have it in the public cloud or in a private data center. So really the move to IP, the prerequisite to having software-defined solutions running on commercial off-the-shelf hardware, and that enables the whole world of broadcast to move into a more flexible environment, which is the way that broadcasters can meet the challenges that their businesses face in the coming years.
And that's obviously something that Pixel Power is at the forefront of.
Yes, very much so. We made a conscious decision around 5 years ago that was where we needed to move, and we've transitioned from being a hardware company, or perceived as a hardware company, although in fact there was always a big software content with graphics. We're now a pure software company, and that is the way of the future for this industry.
And I guess along the way you've also had to look at different business models as you've moved through that transition.
Exactly, because traditionally it was all CapEx-based spending cycles, and actually funding R&D for manufacturers is always based on a CapEx cycle. But now moving to software-defined workflows, software-defined architectures, you have to adapt your R&D processes and adopt a more agile model to fund that development through ongoing projects. And I think the interesting thing is to be able to offer new payment models. That's what software-defined gives you. You know, you can pay by the hour, you can pay by the month, It gives great flexibility for things like disaster recovery, for pop-up channels for special events like Olympics, soccer, things like that.
I guess it's also a great gateway to new customers, because otherwise previously the price point was prohibitive.
Exactly, there's an interesting lowering of the barrier to entry. The public cloud has given lots of companies and lots of individuals, but I think lowering the barrier to entry is not the same as achieving success. So I think we'll see more failures in terms of those startups than perhaps historically, because the bar's lower. But the good ideas will prevail, and there are a lot of potential new content creators and content owners who can become our customers as a result of that new ecology and ecosystem.
Yeah, but I guess, I mean, for me, the pay-as-you-play business model is one that is probably going to, help proliferate even more content going forward, and ultimately I guess that's what people want. They want niche content.
I think the content is the key. Who owns the content wins ultimately, and the delivery partner ecosystem is also shrinking in some ways, and we see the Netflix, the Amazon of this world are sort of encroaching on that patch. But the traditional broadcasters are taking the initiative and fighting back with their own platforms, their own offerings. So it's an exciting time.
Absolutely. James, thank you very much.